Hello again. It is Thursday, day 4 in our cause and effect unit. It is almost time for you guys to come back to school. Are you ready to be back in the classroom? I am so ready to see you over more than just a screen. I'm ready to see you in real life. I'm ready to not teach on video and actually teach in front of the class. What is causing us to go back to school? Think of cause and effect. So the effect is us going back to school. What is causing us to do that? Maybe you said the governor took away the stay-at-home orders and said we could go back to school, and that would be one cause of us going back to school. Maybe you also said the numbers of the virus are decreasing, and so it is safer for us to go back to school. That would be another cause. Our district is constantly looking at the data and seeing what is going on, and so we have a couple of causes that are leading us to go back to school in the classroom. So cause and effect is everywhere around us. Today, we're really going to focus on clue words in cause and effect, and this will help us work on our activity in the bundle. So let's review what these clue words are. And there are several words. We went through this slide on Monday. And so let's just review. There are several words that when we see these in a passage, we can go, I think this is showing me that there's a cause and effect coming. So one of these words is therefore. This will come up in some of our sentences today. Therefore, I am hungry, therefore I eat. Okay, what caused me to eat? I'm hungry. Reason, the reason I eat is because I'm hungry. Reason, I also used because there. These are clue words that show a cause and effect relationship. Something leads to something else. Okay, result, that's the outcome, the effect. After, remember, an effect always comes after a cause. Consequence, a consequence can be an effect. Maybe you had to stay off your PS4 for a day or a few hours or something. It's a consequence, okay? Something that never happens at my house. Just kidding, it does sometimes. Okay, it's a consequence, it's an effect. Because something else happened, it led to staying off the PS4 for a little while. Since is another clue word. So is a big one. We used this yesterday when I shared some big news with you. If you missed the big news, you can go back and watch yesterday's video. If is another one. So these are several clue words. There are more, but these are ones we see a lot, and we will see these in our practice today and also in your independent practice in your bundle. You'll see these. So here's what I want to do. I just used a clue word, so we're going to go through the several slides, and in blue up here at the top, we will have part of a sentence. And we want to find the clue word in that sentence, and then we want to come up with the next part of that sentence and decide which one's the cause and which one's the effect. Are you guys up for it? I think you are. Okay, so Aaron's car had a flat tire, so here's our first question. What's the clue word? The clue word is so. Okay, Aaron's car had a flat tire. That comes first. What does it lead to? Can you think of an effect of that? Aaron's car had a flat tire, so she couldn't use it to get to work. Okay, so what's the cause? Her car had a flat tire. What's the effect? She couldn't use it to get to work. Maybe the effect is, maybe you said, so she had to walk to work. Can you think of any other effects? So she had to take it to the shop to get it fixed. Maybe you said, so she had to change her tire. There are lots of different effects that can come from this cause of Aaron's car having a flat tire. And the word so tells us the effect is coming. All right, let's do another one. Will you read this blue sentence beginning with me? Gina couldn't find the cookies because... So what's our clue word here? That's right, it's because. Okay. And so what's going to come next in this sentence? That's our next question. What comes next? Gina couldn't find the cookies because her mom didn't buy any. So maybe that's why she couldn't find the cookies. Can you think of another one? Because her brother hid them from her. I don't know if that happens in your house. Maybe it happens in mine. Those could both be reasons why Gina couldn't find the cookies. So let's think about real life. Gina couldn't find the cookies because her brother hid them. In real life, which one happens first? Her not finding the cookies or her brother hiding them? Yes, her brother hides them, and that leads to her not being able to find them. Or we can say her mom didn't buy them, and that leads to her not being able to find them. Okay, so that word because shows us this is the effect. Okay, and then what we fill in here, that would be the cause or the reason why Gina can't find the cookies. All right, let's do one more. Read it out loud with me. Mrs. Blake's kids begged for a dog. Then, what's our clue word here? Yes, it is then. Okay, so can you fill in this blank? Mrs. Blake's kids begged for a dog. Then she was so mean and told them no. I think that would be an effect of my kids begging for a dog. That's possible. Or can you think of another effect of that? Mrs. Blake's kids begged for a dog. Then they got a dog. That could also be a possible effect of that. So in real life, what happens first? Do my kids beg first and then I say no? Or do my kids beg first and then we get a dog? Yes, my kids beg for a dog first, and that leads to either me saying no or me saying yes. Okay, so what do you think will happen? Any ideas? I'd love to hear from you and let me know your thoughts. So those are 3 examples of clue words, okay, that join a cause and effect into one sentence. And sometimes the cause comes first in the sentence, sometimes the effect comes first. But what you've got to ask yourself is what comes first in real life? What really happens? And whichever event comes first in real life, that's your cause. And the cause leads to the effect. So today in your bundle, you have a nonfiction passage because nonfiction is real life. And causes and effects happen all the time in real life. And so your nonfiction passage today, I am getting my copy. It is, oh my goodness, I had it all set to go. Here we go. It's called Pocket Change. Okay. And it is one whole page. And you are going to look for cause and effects in here. And this key box right here, it tells you to put a box around the signal words. And so this is one paragraph from this passage, and we're going to work on it together. And we're going to find the signal words or the clue words, which we just practiced a couple slides ago. And then you're going to circle the cause in each of the paragraphs here, and you're going to underline the effect. Remember, the cause comes first in real life, and it leads to the effect. Okay, so you're going to be looking for those things. This paragraph, I believe it's the 3rd paragraph in the story. Yeah, it's the 3rd paragraph. And so we're going to read this together, and we're going to look for the clue words, and we're going to look for the cause and the effect. Okay, so follow along with me. Paperback books were much cheaper, smaller, and lighter to carry around. They were now being sold not only in bookstores, but also in supermarkets and department stores. For these reasons, reading habits changed. People who had never read much before now began expanding their personal libraries. Sales of paperbacks surged. In fact, the demand for these less bulky books often exceeded the supply. So first, let's answer this black question right here. What clue words do you see? Did you notice any clue words in there? I noticed this word right here, reasons. For these reasons. That tells us why something happened. And so that leads to cause. For these reasons is our clue word, showing a cause and effect relationship. So, what caused people to start buying paperback books? Okay, so we read in here, we know people are starting to buy more paperback books. Why? What caused that? Let's look up in this first sentence. Would you read this out loud with me? Paperback books were much cheaper, smaller, and lighter to carry. They were now being sold not only in bookstores, but also in supermarkets and department stores. So, what two things caused people to start buying more paperback books? They were cheaper and easier to carry than hardcover books. So paperback books were smaller, so they're easier to carry. You could stuff them in a bag or a purse, in your backpack. Okay, they were also cheaper. I always like a bargain. I don't know about you. So this motivated people to buy them more. And they could also find them in just their normal stores when they went grocery shopping and things like that. So they were easier to find. They were easier to carry, and they cost less. Those are three reasons, right here it says for these reasons, people started buying paperback books more. Now let's look at our last question. Will you read this out loud with me? What was an effect of this? An effect of people buying more paperback books. So people bought more paperback books. What did that lead to? Okay, it says right here, sales of paperbacks surged. That means grew super fast and super large. Okay, so companies could not keep up with them. That's what it means here when it says the demand for these less bulky books often exceeded the supply. So stores and companies would run out of paperback books and they couldn't keep up with how people wanted to buy them. That was an effect of people buying more paperback books. All right, this is just one paragraph of your article today. Be sure to read the whole article. It will make a little bit more sense when you read it all together. And be sure to follow these directions where you put a box around the clue words. We did one together, so you could put a box around for these reasons. Okay, and then circle the cause in each paragraph. The cause here is the paperback books were cheaper, smaller, lighter to carry, and they were being sold in supermarkets and department stores. And then underline the effect. The effect of that was that sales of paperbacks surged and the demand was often more than the supply. Okay, so you're going to do that with this whole passage, and it's just a good way to practice your cause and effect. All right, let's go. So that's what I just went over right there. You're going to finish pocket change. Look for the clue words, circle the causes, underline the effects, and then you have a writing assignment today, and it is a fun one. You have this picture right here, and it's called Snowstorm Frustration. And this looks like a very frustrated character in a snowstorm. And so you are going to make up a story that goes with this picture. And there's space on the back as well. Use your imagination. And what should you practice when you're writing? That's right, complete sentences, proper punctuation. We did our daily fix it yesterday and reviewed those skills, so be sure to use those things as you're writing today. And I'm excited to see what story you come up with. Have a great day, fifth graders. See you tomorrow.